And on one level, that is true. Whether you're in London, Los Angeles, or Lima, you can eat sushi, curry, or McDonald's, bite into an avocado, banana, or mango, sip a Coke or a Budweiser, or a branded bottle of water, and all in a single day. What we're being offered appears at first to be diverse until you realize it is the same kind of diversity that is spreading around the globe in identical fashion. What the world buys and eats is becoming more and more the same. Consider these facts. The source of much of the world's food, seeds, is mostly in the control of just 4 corporations. Half of all the world's cheeses are produced with bacteria or enzymes manufactured by a single company. 1 in 4 beers drunk around the world is the product of one brewer. From the USA to China, most global pork production is based around the genetics of a single breed of pig. And perhaps most famously, although there are more than 1,500 different varieties of banana, global trade is dominated by just one, the Cavendish, a cloned fruit grown in monocultures so vast their scale can only be comprehended from the view of an aeroplane or by satellite. This level of uniformity, from the genetics of the world's most widely consumed crops, wheat, rice, and maize, right through to the meals they become, has never been experienced before. The human diet has undergone more change in the last 150 years, roughly 6 generations, than in the entire previous 1 million years, around 40,000 generations. And in the last half a century, trade, technology, and corporate power have extended these dietary changes right across the world. We are living and eating our way through one big unparalleled experiment. For most of our evolution as a species, as hunter-gatherers and then as farmers, human diets were enormously varied. Our food was the product of a place and crops were adapted to a particular environment, shaped by the knowledge and the preferences of the people who lived there, as well as the climate, soil, water, and even altitude. This diversity was stored and passed on in the seeds farmers saved, in the flavors of the fruits and vegetables people grew, the breeds of animals they reared, the bread they baked, the cheeses they produced, and the drinks they made. Caviljar wheat is one of the survivors of disappearing diversity, but only just. Like all the endangered foods in this book, it has a distinctive history and a connection to a specific part of the world and its people. I came across it in a village called Büyükçatma, north of the part of Turkey where the very first farmers began cultivating wheat 12,000 years ago. From the time when prehistoric tribes farmed this land and on through Roman, Ottoman, Soviet, and then Turkish rule, Caviljar was the most important food source here. It is only during our lifetimes that this singular grain, perfectly adapted to its environment and with a taste like no other, has become endangered and pushed to the brink of extinction. The same is true of many thousands of other crops and foods. We should all know their stories and the reason for their decline, not just as an exercise in food history or to satisfy culinary curiosity, but also, as we'll see, because our survival depends on it. Under the big open sky of eastern Anatolia, I watched the farmer as he worked until dusk, harvesting the last of the Caviljar wheat from his field. "I want to plant Caviljar again next year," the farmer said, "but my neighbors, I'm not so sure." I was witnessing the closing chapter of a story that had begun thousands of years before. It felt like a privilege, but also a tragedy. I reported on food stories for BBC Radio for almost a decade before I realized the extent of the extinction process taking place. I had stumbled into food journalism, but for me, food soon became the perfect lens through which I could understand the inner workings of the world. Food shows us where real power lies. It can explain conflicts and war.